All right, so it's not just a coincidence that I do have boxing as well today. So, here we go. Look, this is no Eddie versus Thor, but these are just some highlights to my session. As you guys already know, that every single Sunday I do some boxing cardio, and it's just a great way for me to take some time off weights training. I don't do weights training 7 days a week. I talk about how much you guys need your rest, and cardio is not much stress. There's not much stress on my central nervous system, so that's why I tend to do cardio on my rest days as well. It's great for active recovery, and you know your boy loves to move as well. Look, like I said, I'm not a professional boxer, I'm just doing it for fitness and because I enjoy it as well too. So a mix of things with boxing session today, and I want you guys to also, because this video obviously is about the highlights to Eddie and Thor, and I know most of you guys would have had your own opinions going in. You guys would have had your fan base of who you like more, Team Eddie, Team Thor. I'm not gonna put my opinion in. I want you guys to actually discuss your opinions and who you thought was gonna win before they go into the fight, and how you actually thought the fight went overall. And did you expect better? Did you expect worse? In my personal opinion, I thought that was an awesome fight, especially put on by two beasts that don't, you know, haven't been training all their life for boxing. This is a new sport. Look, be it what it is, it doesn't matter whatever sports you come from. If you put like a professional boxer in front of a bodybuilder, a professional boxer has been training for it, has the skill for it, and like you gotta respect the sport. And these guys definitely proved that they have like what it takes, like the mindset, if they obviously trained from the start as boxers in their career. So it was pretty cool for them to see. Obviously, Thor and Eddie have been training quite a while for this fight as well too, and I personally think their performance was brilliant, and especially for the world's strongest men as well. Completely different sports, which is solely reliant on power and strength. And then they're going into a place where they're training for like cardiovascular endurance, for skill, for agility. It's a lot. It's a very different atmosphere. You actually bringing them into a whole new world. So massive, massive props to both of them for taking on such a challenge. And I know Thor and Eddie had some beef before, and I'm praying that all this beef is squashed after this fight as well. And I'm sure there's going to be a rematch because usually after fights like this, there's quite a few that go on. But I'd love to see the rematch even, because I think it's fun. It was entertaining. These guys put on a good show as well, and they were both really, really good sportsmen. Like they hugged it out, they finished off, shook each other's hand. I know Eddie posted the video afterwards, saying, congratulations Thor as well, which was very respectful. I think they really displayed great sportsmanship in during this fight and after this fight, and I think that's one of the things you want to see, because at the end of the day, you guys will probably talk smack before the fight. It's fighting, it's boxing. That's what it is. It's part of the sport. But afterwards, the way they handled themselves was amazing. But anyway, it's not up to me. I want you guys to discuss in the comments below what you thought about the fight, and if you thought it could have been better, if you thought that was awesome, who you had to win, who you bet on to win as well too. And yeah, and if you think there's going to be a rematch, because there's quite a few ideas here and you just don't know. Now let's talk about why is cardio important when doing bodybuilding or strength lifting or any other sports, okay? Because there's this whole joke about I don't do cardio because I'm gonna lose my gains. Look, understandable. Like you don't have to be a cardio bunny where you are solely reliant on cardio, but cardio offers so many benefits. Like, it's great for your heart, it's great for keeping you in shape, it's great for your recovery between exercises, it's great for your digestion, it's great for blood flow. So this is why I personally love cardio. I love ensuring that my cardiovascular strength is still pretty good. So yeah, that's one of the biggest reasons why I don't really cut out my cardio training. And I used to hate cardio. The reason why I personally hated cardio was because when I first started, and I'm sure most of you can relate to, you are like sometimes given a specific type of cardio that you have to do. So like maybe you either told run on the treadmill or do something that you don't like, and that's why a lot of people hate cardio. So I think to break that stigma, it's great to find something you do love. And I think, for instance, doing boxing cardio is a bit of fun. That's why I personally would choose boxing cardio over, going into my like conventional cardio. However, I personally am the kind of person that has that personality of doing different things. I love those little functional cardio. So sometimes I'll jump into like, doing like some sled pushes, some box jumps and all that kind of stuff. Because I came from a sporting background when I started. So if you guys don't know much, I play a lot of sports, including football, basketball, tennis, cricket. So I had that athletic background before. So a little bit of like sports cardio, agility work is something that I absolutely love and something that I personally would always keep into my routines as well too. So that's the beauty of it. Like I love cardio. And I'm curious to know your thoughts on cardio. If you guys do cardio at the moment, how much cardio do you do? How many days a week do you incorporate cardio? Me personally, probably about 4 to 5 times a week of cardio. At the moment, I've been a little bit slack, I'm not gonna lie, and I haven't got the chance to actually do 45 times of cardio, but that's what I'm waking back up to. And that's what it's about, guys. Right now I'm training for lifestyle. I'm not really training for a competition. I train for maintenance. So sometimes life gets in the way and I reduce my cardio because I prioritize my resistance training, which is totally fine. But like one of the main things for me is I always get my training in. I always prioritize training in general. The reason why is it's good for my mental health. It's good for, it's part of my job ideally too. And it's not one of the things I ever feel like I have to do it. And don't get me wrong, okay, that's a bit of a lie. Sometimes I actually feel like I feel lazy sometimes. If I've had a very lazy day, that's when I feel lazy to train. But I've also got this mindset where I'm like, just show up. So once I show up and start doing, I'm like, sheesh. Now this is why I love training. Once I start, that's when I know this is why I love training. But I'm never like in that mindset of like I start training, I'm like, oh, I can't be bothered with this because I still take training as a privilege. And going back in time, like I said, I suffered a bicep injury a couple of years ago, and like I was saying at that time, for me, it started to make me realize how important training was to me and how much it was a privilege, and it's not something that like as a chore that I have to do. I actually started to feel more like I'm blessed to be able to train. And it's all a thing, I guess, that's part of developing habits. Once you develop a habit, it stays with you, becomes a part of you. Training became a part of me. And that's the biggest thing as well too. Like once it becomes a part of you, it's hard to take it away. And I know sometimes people ask, oh, like, how do you train so consistent? How do you keep doing what you do? And all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, it's not like I struggle to do it. It's more kind of like I enjoy doing it. And if I don't do it, it will mess with my day. Like, it will actually mess with my day to a point where I'm kind of like, I don't feel comfortable. I feel lazy. I don't have my blood flow. Like, I feel sometimes more tired when I don't train. And I'm sure most of you feel that as well. So if you do, actually drop them in the comments below, because I like to know as well. So this is why I made this train every day series, because it showcases that you can train every day. And if you guys have been following my series very, very carefully, you'd notice that not all my training sessions are perfect. I have some days where I go in there and I don't get everything that I've got planned to do because I'm short for time or whatever. But your boy always makes the effort to show up. So that's one thing I'll leave for you guys today, is showing up. Okay, like I know I talked about it in some of the previous episodes, but I think it's important, and I think it's something that we all gotta kind of like start to prioritize, showing up. Okay, I hope you guys really, really enjoyed this video and my series, and I hope you guys continue with my series as well. If you guys have been loving this so far, don't forget to hit that like, comment, and drop something below. Please support the algorithm so YouTube can boost most of my videos as well. So if you can, I'm literally recording every single day, and I got the reps and sets for all my resistance training. And thanks again for your time. Your boy is out. Peace.